Alright, great gents, let us look at the question 2, solid geometry. We are given the front and the left view of the pentagonal pyramid. We are required to draw the sectional left view, the front view, the sectional top view, and the true shape of the cutting surface. We are given there the front view, where the base of the pentagon is 40. We are given the height of our pentagon is 60, the cutting plane AA at 45, and starting position at X. So we're going to start with the left view because we have more information on it, and we are given also the starting position, which is the starting position X here. So we're gonna first start by measuring 40 millimeters and construct the pentagon. So for the pentagon construction, you can use any methods that you are comfortable with constructing a pentagon. First, start measuring 40. That's 40. I'm gonna use the bisecting method. So with your compass still at 40, you're going to bisect this base. Draw your bisector line. This bisector line gives us the center point of the line. So we're gonna place our compass there, the center. Scribe an arc. And then this arc will give us this point and this point. So we're gonna place our compass here and here to bisect this space between the steel point and the pencil point of the compass. So we're gonna draw arc this side, same measurement onto the compass. Then we're going to arc again, then join our two arcs. This point here, it gives us a center O. Gonna place our compass at center O, and the edge of the base. Then draw your circle. Then you come to the base of your pentagon, take that measurement, arc this side, and arc here. Join all your arcs together, then you have your pentagon. Remember, this is the pentagonal pyramid, meaning that you have an apex. So let's draw that apex. Alright, you have your pentagon, you have your left view. So let us continue with the front view. Draw your XY line. Draw another XY line. Second XY line. Then what you're gonna do, we're going to project all the corners of our pentagon. But before we project, let's first get this line, the base of our pyramid. So to get that, you can just gonna draw a line close to your XY line like that. And we know the only line that's gonna pass through is your apex line. So draw your apex line there. Then from this line, you're going to measure from this point, going to measure your height, which is given there at 60 millimeters, which is there. Measure 60, that's gonna be your apex. Then now we have the apex, we can project all the corners there. Alright, then take them to your apex. Alright, remember that this is the hidden detail line, so let's draw it as such. Hidden detail. Alright, then we can have our cutting plane XY. You see our cutting plane AA there is at 45 degrees, so we're gonna take a 45 degrees set square, then draw our cutting plane AA. So this is gonna be our cutting plane. Let me increase it. This is gonna be our cutting plane AA. So the next step is to label. Let's label the corners here 1 to 5. So meaning we follow this 5, it means this base here is 5, and then this is 4, then this point will be 1, this is 3, this is 2, and this will be 0, which is our apex. So going to continue. Remember that always the front view is always in line with your top view. So we're going to draw our top view just underneath our front view, meaning that our 45 degree is gonna come this side. So draw your 45 degrees, then project. Also project this side, project these corners down. So you can follow your lines there. You can see this is 1, so meaning this point is going to be 1. This is 2 and 5. You follow it, means this line is going to be 2 and 5. Then we have 3 and 4. You follow it, means this line is going to be, you're going to have 3 and 4 here. So you just have to, and the apex there. Let's get the apex. So this is gonna be our apex 0. So you'll check from what you have there. You can see our 1. As you follow 1 and 1 here, gonna have 1. Then you have 3 and 3. Then all these 3 points here, just project them onto your apex. Like that. Yeah, just like that. Then we are not done. Yes, we have our left view, we have our front view, we have our top view, but then remember they want the sectional left view. We need to section the left view, the front view, and the sectional top view as well. Let's section first the left view. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna focus now on the cutting plane. The focus is on the cutting plane. So you see the first point here, it cuts at 2. It's already projected, so it means it's gonna cut here. Then the second point, when you follow the cutting plane, follow the cutting plane, it cuts right here. You see this point here is between 0 and 3. As you follow it, it's 0 and 3. So you're gonna project it this way, project it there. Then what we're gonna look for, we're gonna look for 0 and 3. Where this line cuts there, that means gonna be our point right there. Then we come back here, we follow this cutting plane, and it cuts our drawing here. Then we check what is this point. This point is 0 and 1. So we project it like that. 0 and 1, you can see you're not gonna be able to see it. So meaning that you're gonna have to bring it down from the top view, because yeah, bring it down from the top view. Then 0 and 1, which is this point here, project it back. Then project it up. So you're gonna have your point here, with that is 0 and 1. Then from here you follow it down. The cutting plane is here now. The next point is here, is between what, 0 and 4. So project it like so. Then you check for between what, 0 and 4. That's gonna be your point there. Then you come back on your cutting plane, it goes, and then it cuts here. What is this point? It's 0 and 5. So you come back here, you project, then you check 0 and 5, it cuts here. That's your point. Now we have all the points that we need. We're just going to have to join them. So it cuts there 2, 3, 4, 5. And back 1. So it means that all this top part here is being removed. So we can remove this top part. Which basically means is this part here is being removed. Then after that you hatch. Hatch at 45 degrees. So what we have here, it's a sectional left view. So let's section the top view. We're gonna do the same thing. We're going to start here, project it down all the way to where? To 2. So it's this point here, it's 2. And then you follow, then you get to where? To 3. So then what you do, you project down to 3. Project it down between 0 and 3. 0 and 3 is here, so meaning the point is here. Then from here you continue down, it goes, it gets to where 0 and 1. This point we already have it, it's here. Then it goes again, it gets here, 0 and 4. You project it down until 4 here, which is this point. Then you follow it down until here, which is what, 0 and 5. Then project it down, 5 is here. Then you have your point. What you do now, you just join all your points. So it's 2, then you're going to hatch it at 45 degrees. This section has been removed. You can erase it or you can leave it light, and then you make this part dark. All right, now we have the sectional left view, we have the sectional front view. What you are required to do now is to get the true shape of the cut surface. So let's get that. So to get the true shape here, you can see we don't have a space up here, but we have the space here. So we can draw our XY line that is parallel to the cutting plane. So we know that our cutting plane is at 45 degrees. So we're going to draw a line that is parallel to our cutting plane, which is at 45 degrees, which is gonna be this. This is gonna be our third XY line. So this line here is parallel to the XY line. So the next point is to draw a line that is perpendicular also to the same cutting plane. So to do that, you're gonna put our rulers together like this. This is at 45, then you put this to draw your perpendicular lines. Just project there, back onto the cutting plane. And then again, let's label the cutting plane. You see it's 2 here, this is 3, this is 1, and 4. I didn't do 4. And then this is 4 here, and this point is 5. So what you're going to do, we're going to come to either the left view or the top view. So to plot, you're going to start the first point here. You can see it's 5. So you can see here it's 5. On all your compass onto your XY line, and this point here, you follow it up, it's 5, then you plot it there. You go to the next point, which is 4, then you go down with it until XY line, you stop there, then you take your point, which is 4, which is down here, then follow it up, plot it, go to the next point, we see it's 1, you follow it down, XY line, then your point is here, take it back up, you plot, you go to the next one, which is 3, you follow it down, it's here, then go back up, plot it, go to the next one, which is 2, you follow it down, XY line, take 2 there, you follow it back up, then after that you combine everything together. Then the last step is to hatch at 45 degrees. Then you're done. You have your true shape, you have your sectional left view and your sectional top view. Thank you.